Have you ever felt like merely a rung on someone else's ladder to success? Spotting insincere connections can be challenging, especially when we yearn to see the good in people. Nevertheless, subtle clues and revealing expressions often expose those who view us as nothing more than tools for their own gains. In today's discussion, we're going to explore the murky waters of these detrimental behaviors, highlighting 7 key attitudes that shout, "You're not my concern, you're just a means to an end." It's crucial to peel away the masks of fake friends lurking in our lives. Stay with us to uncover how. And remember, if nurturing a positive environment and safeguarding your well-being matters to you, don't hesitate to hit that subscribe button. Discover the ways to spot and distance yourself from these harmful influences. Treading the complex currents of human nature requires both intuition and wisdom. On this voyage, we meet a myriad of characters, some who enhance our lives and others who do the opposite. Identifying those who exploit us might not always be straightforward, but acknowledging these behaviors is essential for recognizing our value and setting healthy limits. As we delve into the quest for genuine connections and understanding, a key insight surfaces. You are worthy of mutual and respectful relationships. If this message strikes a chord with you, if you see the importance of the insights we share, I invite you to subscribe. Let's embark together on this path of navigating human intricacies, decoding the intricate web of actions and feelings that shape our interactions. Your engagement is vital in this enlightening journey of exploration and growth. Now, let's turn our attention to a particularly revealing red flag: selective availability. In the nuanced ballet of personal connections, the second red flag waves boldly when someone showcases selective availability. It's all too apparent when they're suddenly all ears, needing your help, but turn into ghosts the moment you're in need. Picture this. You're always there, lending an ear, extending a helping hand, and pouring out your time and energy. But when the tables are turned, you're met with silence. Your messages fall into the void, your calls echo unanswered, or in the rare instances they do respond, the conversation is swiftly steered away from your needs. It's a glaringly one-directional relationship where your contributions seem to vanish into the ether. This behavior not only reveals a lack of consideration, but also a calculated indifference to your needs and emotions. Selective availability acts as a stark reminder that their presence is conditional, based on their convenience, not your mutual benefit. Such an imbalanced dynamic fosters feelings of disappointment and bitterness. It begs the question, are we engaged in a genuinely reciprocal relationship, or am I merely a stopgap for someone else's requirements? In moments like these, the importance of self-respect and self-esteem cannot be overstated, prompting us to re-evaluate our boundaries and assess whether there is a true exchange of value and respect within the relationship. Diving deeper, we encounter the third indicator, a glaring absence of personal interest. Within the complex weave of human connections, a significant alarm is the sheer lack of genuine curiosity about our lives. True companions differentiate themselves by their sincere interest in our feelings, dreams, and the minutiae of our daily existence. They relish our successes, empathize with our struggles, and are integral parts of our stories. In sharp contrast are those whose attention appears transactional or self-serving. Questions about your well-being, aspirations, or emotions are conspicuously absent from your interactions. Conversations tend to orbit their experiences and desires or skim the surface, devoid of any real depth or emotional connection. This indifference signals a troubling dynamic. Your experiences and insights gain relevance only when they dovetail with their interests. You're relegated to being an audience to their life's drama or a utility in their personal agenda. The absence of genuine curiosity and empathy starkly underscores that your worth in their eyes hinges on what you can provide rather than who you are. Acknowledging this, though difficult, is vital for maintaining your self-respect. Reflect on this. Is the relationship truly reciprocal and meaningful, or do we find ourselves merely playing supporting roles in the grand narrative of someone else's life? A lack of personal interest should serve as a caution, urging us to reassess our relationships and seek circles where our entire being is valued and respected. If you're still with us, congratulations on being part of the select group committed to personal growth. Drop a comment with "Be wise" and today's date as a pledge to honor your journey. Let's press on. Moving on to the fourth indicator, the dynamics of guilt and manipulation. In the vast landscape of interpersonal relationships, a particularly ominous sign surfaces: the exploitation of guilt for manipulation. This tactic takes many forms, yet its essence is unwavering, pressuring someone into conforming to another's desires through guilt. Envision being subtly coerced into agreement, where emotional levers are pulled to ensure compliance. Statements like, "If you truly valued our friendship, you'd do this," or "I'd do it for you in a heartbeat," are wielded like swords, preying on your generosity and sympathy. These manipulative techniques are deceptively cloaked in the guise of normalcy or duty, causing you to second-guess your instincts and emotions. You're left wondering whether you're obligated to acquiesce. This harmful cycle slowly but surely chips away at your emotional resilience and self-worth. Conversely, authentic connections are rooted in mutual respect, trust, and the liberty to express personal needs without the looming threat of guilt or coercion. If you frequently find yourself caught in the web of such manipulation, it's crucial to question the viability of the relationship and contemplate setting firmer boundaries. Recognizing and confronting manipulation is a courageous act, pivotal for safeguarding your emotional well-being. It is a declaration of your autonomy, asserting your refusal to be swayed or guilted into decisions that don't serve your best interests. Now, let's dive into the fifth signal, the persistent lack of respect, unpacked. Within the intricate web of human connections, a fifth signal of discord becomes unmistakably evident: the persistent lack of respect. Respect, fundamentally a reciprocal element in any meaningful bond, needs to be steadfast. A genuine friend or a devoted partner upholds this value through behaviors that demonstrate mutual regard and appreciation. Yet, when someone consistently takes advantage of you, they often ignore these principles. Picture repeatedly encountering scenarios where your plans are scrapped last minute, or the other person arrives late, or even worse, fails to show up at all. It appears you're expected to constantly adjust to their needs and caprices. This continuous neglect of your time and needs signals that the individual undervalues the relationship. These actions, taken together, form a pattern indicative of egotism and a disregard for others. It's essential to acknowledge that making mistakes is part of being human. We can all occasionally act selfishly. The telltale sign of someone exploiting you, however, is the enduring nature of these behaviors, coupled with an absence of recognition or any attempt at amendment. As we further dissect the nuances of human interactions, bear in mind that self-awareness and assertiveness act as formidable defenses against being taken advantage of. Being conscious of these signs and knowing how to react to them is crucial. Identifying the existence of a detrimental relationship is a significant step toward re-evaluating these connections and protecting your emotional and psychological health. Now let's tackle the sixth signal, superficial bonding and its consequences. In the intricate landscape of human connections, a sixth significant indicator surfaces: superficial bonding. This signal is particularly stealthy, as it disguises the relationship's actual depth. An individual who seeks to use you might steer clear of establishing a profound and meaningful link, opting instead for interactions that barely scratch the surface. Discussions tend to hover around light topics, deliberately steering clear of anything deeper or more personal. These individuals shield their vulnerabilities and keep their emotions in check. This deliberate distance hinders the relationship from progressing to a deeper level of trust and friendship. You may find that even after a significant amount of time, you hardly know anything substantial about this person. Acknowledging this shallow interaction is vital for your emotional well-being. It prompts a moment of introspection about the true worth and depth of our interactions. This signal compels us to ponder, are we pouring our efforts and time into a relationship that has the potential to flourish, fostering mutual development, or are we holding on to a mere semblance of connection that fails to evolve into something more meaningful? The recognition of a superficial connection acts as a beacon, guiding us to make decisions that safeguard our tranquility and encourage us to pursue relationships filled with genuine mutual respect and substance. Moving on to the seventh signal, absence in critical times. As we navigate the complexities of human connections, the seventh signal emerges distinctly: absence during pivotal moments. The strength of a relationship is often not shown during the easy times, but rather through the trials and tribulations. During life's tougher chapters, be it sickness, loss, or intense stress, the resilience and depth of a relationship are truly tested. Imagine encountering such a difficult period, expecting a shoulder to lean on from someone you consider close. Yet instead of support, you're met with silence, or at best perfunctory condolences that lack the warmth of genuine concern. This conspicuous absence, especially when emotional and physical backing is most needed, is a stark warning sign. It unveils a potentially unbalanced dynamic where one person is emotionally all in, while the other shies away when it's their turn to reciprocate. The absence in these critical moments acts as a stark reflection of the relationship's real essence. It's not merely about not being there physically, it's the evident lack of empathy, emotional detachment, and apathy that truly resonate. This shortfall not only erodes the emotional core of the connection, but also casts a shadow over its genuine worth and the authenticity of the bond. Acknowledging this truth may be heart-wrenching, yet it's crucial for preserving your self-respect and emotional health. Facing this reality urges us to re-evaluate our relationships and consider the merit of nurturing bonds that are truly reciprocal, where support and presence are mutually given and received. Realizing and acting upon these red flags in relationships are key steps forward. The absence of a supposed close one during moments that demand solidarity and understanding can painfully clarify the actual depth and sincerity of the relationship. In such trying times, the real substance and commitment of the bond are scrutinized, highlighting the glaring deficiencies when someone is exploiting the relationship. To foster healthier and more balanced relationships, establishing clear boundaries is fundamental. Saying no is not just an option, it's a necessity within any healthy relationship. When you're feeling pressured or uncomfortable, it's vital to communicate your boundaries in a clear and straightforward manner. Asserting what you find acceptable is an act of self-respect and a way to protect your emotional well-being. In instances where you feel exploited, open and candid communication is crucial. Approach the situation with calm, clarity and directness, sharing your feelings without casting blame. This can help clear up misunderstandings and might even encourage the other person to reflect on and modify their actions. Seeking support when navigating the emotional complexities of an imbalanced relationship is equally important. Conversing with trusted friends, family, or a professional can offer valuable perspectives, emotional backing, and advice. Everyone deserves respect and equal give and take in their relationships, Identifying and addressing scenarios where your needs and interests are overlooked is key to enhancing your emotional health. Mastering these challenges enables us to forge and sustain more fulfilling relationships, built on mutual respect, understanding, and effective communication. By acknowledging the indicators of unequal relationships and acting proactively, you're taking an important step towards safeguarding yourself and nurturing more rewarding connections. Remember, your worth isn't determined by others' treatment of you, but by your own stance in situations where respect or consideration is absent. As we explore the realms of intentions and relationships, one principle is clear: you are entitled to reciprocal and respectful connections. If this message resonates with you and you find value in these insights, I encourage you to subscribe for more. Let's journey together through the complexities of human interactions, unraveling and better understanding the dynamics and emotions that shape them. Your engagement is vital in this exploration and ongoing learning process. Remember, the foundation of healthier and more enriching relationships lies in recognizing, acting upon, and above all, valuing yourself and others.